Hello, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Can You Spare 2 Minutes with God? Today, our journey is going to take us to the New Testament. We're looking for the book of Romans, Romans chapter 8 and verse number 35. The Apostle Paul is our writer here, and Paul starts off with this: Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress, persecution or famine, or nakedness or peril or sword? Paul starts off with a question: Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Now, that word separate means to depart or to split asunder. Paul says, Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Now, it's only fitting that Paul would ask this question, considering his previous life when he was under the name of Saul, whereas he persecuted many Christians. Paul now realizes that who shall separate us from the love of Christ? He says, shall tribulation or distress? Think about it. The tribulation and distress that you and I are under right now in the world, in terms of what's going on with the virus and many other things. Paul says tribulation or distress, persecution, famine, nakedness, peril, or sword. Even when it comes to perils of this world, the dangers of this world, and even when it comes to sword, Paul says, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? And then in verse 37, Paul says, Nay, in all of these things we are more than conquerors. In spite of all these things that are going on, we're more than conquerors. And who shall separate us from the love that is in Christ? My friends, have a great day today. Take care.